In a move that could shake up the January transfer window, Arsenal are reportedly eyeing a big-money move for Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic. With the Gunners sitting just 6 points off Premier League leaders Liverpool, Mikel Arteta is under pressure to act swiftly, and his next target could be a game-changer for both the attack and the squad's ambitions this season. Vlahovic, who has been in impressive form this season with 12 goals and 2 assists in 23 appearances, could provide the cutting edge that Arsenal need as they look to push for the title. The 24-year-old Serbian has attracted serious interest from top clubs across Europe, and the fact that his contract with Juventus runs until 2026, yet he has not agreed to an extension, has sparked fresh rumors that he could be on the move sooner than expected. Arsenal have reportedly made inquiries about the forward, with sources confirming that the Gunners are keen on bringing him to the Emirates this winter. What makes this move even more intriguing is the possibility that Vlahovic could unlock new tactical options for Arteta. If the deal goes through, it would allow Gabriel Jesus to shift to the right wing when needed, bolstering Arsenal's offensive depth. Though Chelsea have also been linked with the Juventus star, Arsenal's interest appears more concrete, with sources indicating that a bid around €50 million could be enough to land the striker. But, as with all transfer dealings, there's a catch. Would Arsenal be willing to meet that asking price in the middle of the season? Meanwhile, in the background, Arsenal's dream target remains Newcastle's Alexander Isak, but that move is far more complicated. A deal for Isak this month is out of the question. It's simply too expensive, with Newcastle demanding a staggering £115 million to part with their star. So the Gunners are exploring more affordable options. Enter RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko and Brighton's Evan Ferguson, both of whom have been scouted as possible alternatives. Ferguson, in particular, is an interesting name on Arsenal's radar. Brighton might be open to a loan deal until the end of the season, but much depends on the recovery of Danny Welbeck, whose fitness could influence Ferguson's availability. With the clock ticking down on the winter transfer window, Arsenal are carefully weighing their options. Whether they go big for Vlahovic or take a more cautious approach with a loan deal for Ferguson, one thing's clear: Arteta is not standing still. The next few weeks could define Arsenal's season, and with it, the future of their pursuit for silverware. Arsenal are reportedly ready to make a splash in the January transfer window by triggering the release clause of Athletic Club's Nico Williams, one of Europe's hottest young talents. The 21-year-old winger, who emerged as a star in the summer following a series of breathtaking performances for Spain at the Euros, is now at the center of a high-stakes transfer battle. Nico Williams, who was a standout figure in Spain's successful Euros campaign, has long been on the radar of top European clubs, with Barcelona heavily pursuing him in the summer. However, despite the Catalan giant's interest, the winger decided to stay loyal to his boyhood club, Athletic Club, for one more season, continuing to play alongside his brother Inaki. Fast forward to January, and Arsenal are now said to be at the front of the queue, with reports claiming they are prepared to meet his £48.1 million release clause. With Bukayo Saka sidelined for several months due to injury, Mikel Arteta is on the lookout for a wide option to provide depth and competition in attack. Gabriel Martinelli's form has been inconsistent, while Leandro Trossard has yet to make the impact many hoped for after his summer move. That's where Nico Williams could come in. Known for his explosive pace, creativity, and goal-scoring ability, the Spaniard could inject the much-needed energy into Arsenal's front line. However, there's a significant twist in this transfer saga. Williams has made a promise to Athletic Club that he won't leave until after this season. In October, he was clear about his commitment to the Basque club, saying, "I'm not thinking about my future now. I'm so happy to be at Athletic. Fans are happy too. Bilbao is my home, and I want to enjoy it here." The dream is that Europa League final at San Mamés. Despite Williams' public commitment to staying until the summer, Arsenal's interest is undeniable. The Gunners have been tracking his progress for some time, and with the winter window now open, it remains to be seen whether they can convince the young winger to make a mid-season move. Will Williams stick to his promise and lead Athletic Club through the season, or will Arsenal swoop in with an offer too good to turn down? With Arsenal's growing need for attacking reinforcements, this transfer saga is far from over. In a potential twist to the January transfer window, Arsenal and Liverpool have both been scouting Feyenoord winger Eagle Pon, a player many believe could be ready to take the next step in his career. The 24-year-old Brazilian is attracting interest from a number of Premier League and European clubs, and it seems his time at Feyenoord could soon come to an end. Pon, who has impressed scouts from top clubs like Tottenham, Aston Villa, West Ham, and Roma, is reportedly available for a fee in the region of 30 to 35 million euros. Given his performances in the Eredivisie, it's easy to see why so many clubs are keeping a close eye on him. With the ability to make an immediate impact, the versatile winger could prove to be an asset in a more competitive league like the Premier League. Arsenal are in need of more attacking options, especially with Bukayo Saka out injured for the next few months. While the Gunners are still in the mix for the Premier League title, Mikel Arteta's side has been overly reliant on Saka to create spark in the attack. With the 22-year-old sidelined, Paixão could be the perfect addition to provide depth and creativity on the wings. If Arsenal are looking to catch Liverpool in the title race, they'll need more firepower, and Paixão offers a potential solution at a reasonable price. With January transfers rarely featuring blockbuster signings, this 30 to 35 million euros deal for Paixão could strike the perfect balance between quality and affordability. For a player with his potential, it could prove to be a bargain in the long run, if Arsenal or one of the other interested clubs acts quickly. While no formal talks have taken place yet, the growing buzz around Paixão suggests a move could be imminent. As clubs like Arsenal and Liverpool weigh their options, the January window promises to be full of surprises. Will Paixão move to a bigger league this winter? And if so, who will win the race for the Brazilian starlet signature? Keep an eye on this developing story. It's one that could shape the rest of the season. The illness bug hit Arsenal particularly hard last week. Kai Havertz missed the last two matches, while Odegaard and Martinelli were both only fit enough for a place on the bench in the Gunners' recent trip to Brighton. Havertz may not be thrown straight back into the starting 11 and could start on the bench, but Odegaard and Martinelli are expected to return to the starting lineup, providing a much-needed boost. However, it's not all good news on the injury front. Ethan Nwaneri is a new casualty after picking up a muscle injury, meaning he will miss out on these upcoming fixtures. He joins a growing list of absentees, including Bukayo Saka, Raheem Sterling, Ben White, and Takahiro Tomiyasu. On the bright side, Arsenal fans will also be hopeful of seeing Jurrien Timber back in action after serving his suspension, adding some depth to the defensive options. With all these absences, Arteta's squad rotation is likely to continue. The Gunners will need to be at their very best for what promises to be two battles against Newcastle. Eddie Howe's side has rediscovered the gritty, tough-to-break-down mentality that made them so difficult to beat 2 seasons ago. Arsenal must be ready for the kind of physical contest that could define their season. Newcastle will have home advantage for the second leg at St. James Park, and they'll look to make it as difficult as possible for Arsenal to break them down. A draw at the Emirates would be a positive result for them, and they might even be content with a narrow defeat heading into the return leg. The stage is set for a proper cup tie, one where Arsenal's depth will be tested and where every battle on the pitch will matter. Given the injury concerns and Newcastle's aggressive form, this one could be tight. Arsenal might edge it with home advantage and the return of key players, but don't be surprised if it's a low-scoring affair. A 1-0 or 2-1 victory for Arsenal could be the most likely outcome, though Newcastle will make them work for every inch of it. What is your prediction for this match? That's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with everything happening at Arsenal, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.